Hello everyone and welcome back to a new Bedwars video, and today I'm going to be talking about a recent challenge I did with the #1 solo Bedwars player, Hashito himself. So 2 weeks ago, I sort of challenged him that basically I would race him to see who could get #1 on weekly, and if he won, he would get to pick a name for my dog, which... Look, the only reason I did that was because I knew I was going to win since he hadn't played much that week and I had already gotten a couple of weekly wins. And also we got a new dog, but that's something for another video. Anyway, aside from that, he obviously said it was unfair, so at the end of the week he said, alright, let's redo this challenge next week and let's see who can get the highest amount of weekly wins in Solo Bedwars. So then I accepted the challenge, and if he won, or if I won, he would change his skin and let me beat him in a private game, which I'll upload that maybe a bit later, or after I sort of get that recorded and I'm gonna edit it into the video. But yep, that, and if he won, there was like a whole other thing that was gonna happen. I think I had to recreate the beating Hashito video, but he won exactly where I beat him in that. Good video, by the way, you should watch that, beating Hashito, where I actually beat him in a Solo Bedwars game a long time back, and then I figured that I actually beat him after the game. But yes, I won the challenge, and this is how it happened. So yep, day 1, I got 56 daily wins that day, and he got around 30 because, well, I was a bit ahead of him at the end of that day. Day 2, I got in the 40s, he got a similar amount, and for the first few days, we were pretty similar. And towards the end, I had a bit of a lead going, but obviously he could change that. He was apparently planning to do a bit of a long grind towards the end. However, on the second last day, on the Saturday, I managed to get 191 wins in a single day of Solo Bedwars. It was like 200 overall, but 100 Solo Bedwars, and as a result of that, I basically crushed him in the challenge, and I ended up getting around 420 weekly solo wins, and he was basically half that. So the first part, I'm actually going to be talking about, well, the 191 solo daily wins, because that's actually a whole topic of its own. I decided I'll talk about it in this video instead of making a whole nother video about it. So last time, some of you will remember, I got 201 Solo Bedwars wins in a day. Now, a lot of people actually disregarded that because, well, one, I used the seasonal map Easter Garden together, which was a much quicker map. Personally, I still think I lost. This is bad. Don't die full damage. Alright, I personally still think that it lost me a lot of games because, well, it was a very risky map to play on. So that sort of evened it out. However, a lot of people still thought that, oh, it didn't really count. So I decided I would redo another win thing like that, but obviously since Easter Garden isn't the map anymore, since it's not Easter, I would have to do it on normal maps. So obviously I woke up when reset happened, and I decided, and not decided, but I started grinding as many wins as I can. And I played a few different maps throughout the day. I started, my first game was actually on Apollo, but then I realized that, well, it was quite hard that day since there were a lot of good players on it, and I was not doing as well on Apollo. So I decided I'd play Lighthouse, and Lighthouse worked extremely well for me. For the first few hours, I was getting 10, 11 wins an hour. And, yep, Lighthouse was good. I kept playing Lighthouse for the first 50 or something games, and won most of the games. But then as the day went on, Lighthouse got a bit harder, probably because I was also getting a bit tired. I switched up, played some Orchestra to gain some speed back, and that also worked out pretty well. I was pretty much keeping around pace for 200 daily wins. Unfortunately, I didn't get 200 at the end because I had a short break since I had to like eat and all that, and I don't like eating while playing Bedwars. So those few breaks plus me not playing the entire day sort of contributed to me not getting over 200 or even beating New to Bedwars. He's up there. Alright, okay, I got him anyway. New to Bedwars is 210 daily wins, second place daily position thing. But yeah, I got 191 in the end, or 200 overall, because I think there were some other games in there. But yeah, that was pretty good because I managed to get that without a seasonal map. And I think I took half the losses I did last time I did something like this. So yep, that was pretty good. I got 641 finals that day, and I gained 10 stars. So obviously that week another thing that happened was 6,000 solo wins. Now a lot of people obviously would have seen the video I made about that for 6,000 solo wins. I recommend you watch that if you haven't yet. And right now I think I'm at 6,750 solo wins because I have gotten quite a few solo wins since then. And a lot of people actually said that I have been grinding quite a lot of Bedwars, and yes, that is because I was on spring break and I said I would play and get a lot of wins, and I was sort of not believing it because last summer I expected to get in the leaderboards, but one, obviously people actually started grinding a lot and the leaderboards became much more competitive, and two, I didn't play nearly as much as I probably could have to gotten the leaderboards. But yeah, I am playing quite a bit now, and I think I'm still trying to get better because I haven't played in a while. But yeah, until summer starts in December, I'm just trying to improve, trying to figure out some new strategies, trying to get faster, and hopefully by summer I can consistently win fast and get on the leaderboards by the end of summer, which I should be able to do if I do the same thing I did during spring. Obviously, a lot of you will know that my goal for the end of the year is 10,000 solo wins, which I think is pretty achievable. I just need to obviously stick to my whole thing, choose my time very well, and if I do that, 10,000 shouldn't actually be too hard. Another goal I have for the end of the year is 1,000 stars, which actually is not too far away. It's only 107 stars away, so that's actually very achievable because I was getting 4 stars a day during spring, so obviously if I can just do something even slightly similar to that, I need to chest these diamonds, or I can just do that. It's coming in. This is very teaming thing. White said teaming, even though I sort of helped White. Right, he's... Okay, how do I do this? Let's get White bed now. Alright, that was very weird. Like, he didn't attack me, I didn't attack him. I was just sort of standing there, and now I get the White's bed. Yeah, I'm guessing he's gonna try and do a... No, he's not gonna do a bed trade, he's actually following me. Probably gonna just give up. Oh, he disconnected. Is he gonna reconnect? No, he didn't. Alright, so he just disconnected. And actually another thing I'm gonna talk about, because I have something else to talk about, the map rotations. I don't make any more of those videos anymore because one, there's not many new maps coming out now, and two, my bed's gone. Two, there's just too many of them, even if there were new maps. Although, if there are new maps, I probably will make a video with them, maybe not about them, but with them. And yeah, but the new map rotations, obviously there's a lot of controversy around them, and I personally am not a huge fan of them, because right now, Speedway and Airshow are out of rotation, and even other good maps like Glacier and Hollow are all out of rotation. And at one point, even Rooftop was out of rotation, which meant that basically all the good win streak based maps, and even like Speedway being a faster map, was gone. Some people got really annoyed when they removed Lighthouse and Solus, more Lighthouse as well, because that's a very popular map, even though I personally think it's a little bit overrated. But yeah, they got very annoyed when Lighthouse was removed. And yeah, Hypixel, they're being a bit imbalanced with these new map rotations. Like, I messaged the staff member, like an admin, and basically explained to them why. I'm just gonna get out of this. Where is... I don't want to use my pearl, so I'm just gonna... But yeah, I basically explained to them why I think I'm gonna have to use my pearl. Okay, that could be good or bad. Now I'm ready to lose. But yeah, I basically explained to them why the new map rotations are quite imbalanced. Basically what I mean by that is like maps, there's certain maps that are alike to each other, like categorized. Rooftop is similar to Airshow and Speedway in a way. Skyrise to Apollo because they're the fast generators, and the thing that Hypixel's doing is getting rid of lots of them at a time rather than keeping at least one of them in rotation at all times. So for example, at one point Rooftop, Speedway and Airshow were out of rotation, while say like I'm not going to say back rush maps because really people should be side rushing on these maps, but maps with like a shorter back rush, such as Krogorm, Ashfire. It's gonna punch him. He's gonna land, but I'm gonna fireball. Okay, that was risky. But yeah, like Krogorm, Ashfire, Zazzle, they're all in rotation. I'm not saying they're bad maps, well they Krogorm and Ashfire are bad maps, but even if they were good maps, what Hypixel should be doing is keeping a few maps of each map type in rotation at all times. That means like maybe keep Speedway or Rooftop in rotation. Was risky, but okay. Maybe Krogorm in rotation instead of those other two. Just, it's a very bad thing to say, Krogorm, but just discard everything you know about a map being bad. Like, just imagine all maps are equal, which they're not, but if they were equal, we'd want to have a certain amount of each map type in rotation at all times, which is what I basically told them, and who knows, maybe they'll get a bit better at their rotations after I told them that. Rooftop did come back, which is a good thing. I have no idea how. I don't really know how much of that is because of me, but I guess that's a good thing, although I really would like to see Airshow back, but that's obviously just my personal opinion. Some people don't like the map, just like some people might love Krogorm. It's all subjective, but what isn't subjective is the fact that there are map types that are similar to each other, and that there should be a certain number of each type in rotation at all times. Okay, let's now get green. I'm a bit nervous, I'm probably not going to talk too much. I'm not sure where green is. I have my pearl, thankfully, so I can always just pearl away. Let's break that bed. Actually, here's something I've noticed a lot in Bedwars recently. A lot of people are falling in the void a lot. So actually, even if I'm like bedless or something, I can always... It's very likely that my opponent just falls in the void a lot, because I think the Bedwars players are starting to get a lot better, but they've entered that stage where they're good, but you know, they're speed bridging faster now and all of that, which means they actually fall off a lot. So that's actually... I think, yeah, see, I was just talking about that. He fell into the void. It happens in so many games. In at least half the games I'm clutching, I sort of just need to wait and they will fall into the void. It happens with good players as well, but that's something that I think a lot of, that's maybe one tip for the day or whatever. Try not to fall into the void. Speed bridge slower if you're falling into the void a lot. Obviously, to learn to speed bridge well, you need to speed bridge fast, but focus on the timing and maybe even practice in housing or in other private games or something like that, just to, especially if you're bedless. If you're bedless, I don't really speed bridge sometimes. I will slow bridge. But yep, that's basically the video. I beat Hashito. I'm gonna add the private game thing to the end once I'm done with that, if I have it recorded by the end of today. And yep, that was pretty fun. I will be apparently doing another one of these weekly battle things next holidays, so that's November/December. And yep, I hope you guys enjoyed like me just talking about all these things, and I will see you next week for the new video. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.